Everybody, this is Drone, and today we're going to be talking about all the apocalypses from zombies to nuclear
to like coldness
to
drowning in the ocean.
Drowning in the ocean.
If you want to go weirder, I can go weirder. I know science.
That's fine with me. To the right is Soaring, and to the left is Kaboom, and we're gonna
science the shit out of this.
Science the shit out of this. That's a term that you hear scientists say all the time. I'm going to science the shit out of this.
Just botanist. We're referring to a movie he hasn't seen.
Oh god. Great, thanks.
It's a great movie. I'm not gonna no plugs here, but watch The Martian.
The Martian. Oh man,
it has Matt Damon in it, and it's the funniest movie I've ever seen.
Okay, well,
it's so dead serious, but it's funny.
Anyway, so what were we talking about? I just lost my topic. What are we doing?
Apocalyptic scenarios.
Well, yeah, but you guys started talking about movies.
Guys talk about things.
Yeah, this is true. Well, so our first apocalyptic scenario.
I suggested Ice Age.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you do in the event of an ice age? There, Kaboom.
Me, probably travel.
Freeze. No, I can't talk.
Well,
yeah.
I'll probably freeze in the process, but I'll try to make a quick escape to the warmest part of the planet.
Did you just hear that?
Quick escape.
Escape.
It's okay.
Escape.
It's
okay.
Escape.
But no, what would you do?
In the event of an ice age, I will collect everything warm and then kill myself.
Then kill yourself.
Just
die.
But seriously, I would probably build some kind of fortified structure underground.
That's not a bad idea.
Because you're gonna better equalize the temperature underground. You're gonna be a little warmer.
Well, yeah. Well, there's places where the people live in caves specifically for that reason.
And you can make
geothermal energy.
Geothermal energy is a good way to generate heat, and as well you can use friction.
So. I mean, thermal.
Yeah.
Thermal is heat. I mean, just saying.
How far are you digging into the ground?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to do all that work yourself? Go in there with a pickaxe? Be Steve.
Be Steve. Oh god,
it
no.
takes forever, and without gunpowder, you're not going to get anywhere fast.
It's true.
But no, we were talking about the snowball scenario.
Yeah. Snowball Earth scenario. It's very simple to explain. It's like an ice age, but far worse. Because white reflects light, and if it reflects light, it reflects photons and the amount of heat that's generated. So it makes the atmosphere colder, and thus you create more snow. It gets whiter, reflects more light, and then the whole Earth becomes a white snowball until enough greenhouse gases are released to heat the Earth back up again.
Right.
And then you have a Cretaceous period, kind of like a really mild Venus.
Right, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna say, as far as the straight ice age, like I said, I'd move to Ecuador. Ecuador. I mean, it's on the equator. It's but in the snowball scenario, we'd all die.
Pretty much screwed.
Unless you're the people like Snowpiercer.
Oh, Snowpiercer. Okay, another movie we're gonna discuss.
Great.
It has to do with apocalyptic scenario.
It's an apocalyptic scenario that is a snowball Earth scenario.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and they live on a train that circles the Earth once every year.
And it follows the sun.
Oh, that's cool.
To keep it as warm as possible, right? And the people on the train cause a revolt. On the inside, it's probably the worst dystopia imaginable. They all eat blocks of protein. It's not people, but it's disgusting.
No, but it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been people. But basically, it's a guy fighting to the front to try to take over the train. Great movie. It's one of those nerd cred movies. Like you don't expect it to be good at all by its explanation, and then you watch it and just fantastic. It has some of the best scenes. Cinema Sins. If you watch the channel, they recently, within the last couple of days, released a video that covers the sins of that movie. And it's fantastic. The climactic part of that movie, right? Spoiler alert. The guys on the train, they had a revolt 17 years ago, right? Prior to when they have that revolt. And there's a scene where he runs up to the guard, presses the gun over his head and pulls the trigger himself, and he screams, "They've got no bullets." It's badass. Watch that movie. Back to the apocalyptic scenario.
So we were talking about. We also brought up Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Yes.
So
that is a fantastic.
In the event of a Waterworld scenario, I either have an aircraft carrier or I drowned.
You'll drown.
If there's no land, I'll die. I can't swim. And I have a few bodies of water.
I'll probably die too because I can't stay afloat very long.
It's okay. I'll eat this salt right here.
Again, salt.
I'll eat the salt and float.
Oh, and yeah. By the way, guys, Doc Chalk's not here again because
he's
like
sleeping.
we said the last
we're talking,
time.
Talking.
You know,
at 2 a.m. while he's trying to sleep.
Yeah, we're still talking.
We're trying to be quiet for him. That's why we're so low on the microphone. You can turn your volume up. I know you can. Does that actually work?
Whoa!
You kind of did something there. What did you do?
Oh no, it scraped.
I would hope so.
That's what happened.
Because look at that.
It's turned all the way up. It's already turned all the way up.
I thought you turned it down. I was like, oh no.
No, don't do that. But no, like Waterworld would be actually it would be kind of good for me because
you'd be fine.
I'm a strong swimmer.
I'd be dead. I mean, there'd probably be some excellent sushi though.
I'd try and save you.
There'd be some excellent sushi.
I'd throw you on a raft or something.
Throw me on a raft, and then what do you do there? Scream?
Yes, apparently. I would keep you alive. It would not be
about the game Splatoon.
I would hyperventilate.
It's a scenario where like squid people are now the main society.
Yes.
Essentially.
I'm sorry. I've seen too much hentai to take it seriously.
Well, because we all know where it's going.
Okay, so
that was me trying to be a tentacle monster. What?
This just got really awkward. Nuclear fallout, go.
I'll die without a vault.
Guys talk about things.
I'm gonna become a ghoul. No.
What did you say earlier? Guys talk about things. So Vault Boy edition.
Vault Boy edition.
Oh, that was fantastic.
In the event of a nuclear apocalypse scenario, I'm probably the only one capable of preventing you guys from being irradiated.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
It probably is true.
It's very true.
But if you can stick me in a vault with a box of puppets, I think I'll be fine.
Just a box of puppets?
And food, of course.
Vault 71, right?
77.
77, Vault 77.
Oh, shit, I don't know. You guys are talking way over my
We're
head.
talking about Fallout. It's over his head.
Yeah, well, I've only played 3.
You've only played 3, and you hate every Bethesda game.
I played 3 for like an hour. And then I found out my grandpa died. And now I play the shit out of 4.
Fallout 4, because it's not Fallout 3, but it's a Fallout game, and that's why you play it, I think.
Yeah, which, by the way, just to... Not to bring up bad memories, but whenever his uncle died, everyone else was like, I'm so sorry. And then I was just like, I'm not sorry because I didn't kill him. But it was the...
Well, thanks for bringing up my uncle, since I said my grandpa.
Oh, wait, what?
My grandpa died during Fallout.
Your grandpa died during Fallout. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't apologize for either of them.
Now my dad's dying of cancer, too.
And soon you'll die of cancer.
There, nuclear farm. I'll die of cancer.
Everyone else in his family.
But no, yeah, like I think the first thing I would do is try and find a decent shelter.
I would find a decent shelter
and get a hold of you.
Protect yourself from radiation, and then find yourself a shelter, and then try to avoid all the super mutants.
That's weird. Didn't I just like a video of yours?
Oh yeah.
Actually,
I made a emergency alert system project.
For some reason, you put it on 15-minute rants.
I put it on 15-minute rants. It was a video editing project. Basically, it shows an exact duplicate of what the American announcement would be for that kind of apocalyptic scenario. And
Before the apocalypse.
Yeah, the same would be for the European Union, except some of the words would be changed because, British English. But
that was
and some of the cities would not be.
I thought we were going to start getting offensive whenever Doc Chuck started, but we're starting early. I see.
I'm the offensive one.
Bullshit. I'm sorry, but his blatant offensiveness makes him more offensive.
Apparently, my opinions don't matter. So
I haven't tried.
No,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
When I'm talking to all you guys, my opinions don't seem to matter. So
they do.
I listen.
I can't talk to Doc without him just shutting everything down.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's not just you though. That's just Doc.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be honest, that's Doc in general.
I try to be an educator, but I'm too forward about it.
I don't take advice well.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
okay.
It's true.
If I can't walk through the door myself, I don't normally walk through it.
Yeah, which one
that's-
foot in front of the other typically is how you walk through doors. But
No,
however
sometimes you fall face
One
first.
foot
That's
at
true.
a time.
1 foot at a time. Otherwise,
tell
you
me
fall
that.
face
That.
first.
You, what?
I could use both feet. You could jump through the door,
Yeah,
but
sometimes
that's
you come
not
crashing
technically
down.
walking.
Sometimes
You
you
know.
can just walk right through. You can't just walk into a door.
You could. It might not open.
It took you a little bit.
That was I couldn't help it. But no, like all right,
So,
guys.
all right, I'm gonna bring up one thing, and it's totally not the video game. Shadow of Mordor is Assassins of Mordor.
Assassins of Mordor. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We've already
We already
discussed
decided
this.
this.
Okay,
It's
I
decided.
was just telling the world that.
Yeah, it's the Assassins of Mordor.
Okay,
He's joined
so-
the Brotherhood.
Okay, so apocalyptic scenarios.
Okay, well,
We have to hit.
Zombie apocalypse now.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Oh, I was just thinking. I don't.
And actually,
Yeah,
no,
okay,
because
zombie apocalypse. that'll be
wait,
easy.
no, because the thing is that since we're all sitting here and Soaring here is a chemist,
Right.
the next one I want to talk about before we actually get into zombies because they can kind of coincide is the biohazard.
Okay, a biohazard chemical warfare scenario where there's a virus killing everyone on Earth.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is not necessarily a rage virus or anything that would create something zombie related. It's
Right.
just
Ebola.
Ebola. Okay.
Yeah, perfect
Ebola
example.
affects 50% of all people. Right. What do you do to protect yourself? Well, wear a
shake
hazmat
hands.
suit or clean suit at all times.
Don't shake hands.
Don't shake hands. If you can, avoid 3-meter contact with every person on Earth.
3 meters?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Because even if it's not airborne, right?
Oh,
It can spread just through your bodily movement up to 3 meters.
I'm going to explain
okay.
something. Soaring's part of that Ebola cult that was going around.
Bull.
wait.
I'm not a member of the Ebola cult.
Hold on.
Ebola chat is greatest.
Just just to point this out, anytime we talk like this and we're talking about like meters and things like that, can you please make
for
sure to
the
do that?
for the American
The-
audience,
the-
it'll be 9 feet or 4.5 furlongs.
Oh, thank you. That was perfect.
I
I'm happy you.
Yeah, do you want that in
Clarified
poppies?
No, we don't need that in poppies.
Okay.
Do we need that in poppies?
No.
Okay. I just thought it was.
No, but I mean, an inch, if you didn't know, is as long as 3 corns of barley.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's its actual measurement.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep, and it's also each barley corn is equal to I think 4 or 5 poppy seeds.
But I guess the big question now is like how we all know what you would do. You're pretty good at
Yeah.
like the whole survival
I'm
thing,
the
especially
scientist.
Especially in the survival.
I'm not a prepper. Believe it of all things, with me almost being an Eagle Scout, motherfuckers.
Almost. Then they found out as. Then they
Then
found
I found
out
I was an atheist and they kicked me out.
Oh! I thought
A
it was
day
gonna say
before
that
my
his mom was a
Eagle
hooker.
ceremony. You would have known that if you watched my 15 Minutes Rant channel.
Yeah, watch this video.
But well, technically, you're not an atheist, really. You're
I'm
a spiritualist, but kind of.
Well, I mean, it
you're a
depends.
spiritual
I'm-
atheist.
Atheism only rejects the idea that there is no deity. So everything else, fair game.
Oh, well, yeah,
So
fair enough.
I mean, not necessarily. Doesn't necessarily mean. And you can be a spiritualist and be scientific at the same time.
Well, yeah, no, I know this.
I mean, you can
Scientists do
use.
it all the time.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
very true. The biggest reason why astronomers look to space is to find God.
Well, one of
You
the
guys-
reasons. I mean,
That's what something like 50% of
there were
Turns out that
many
God
studies
isn't
taking
alien.
place. Many studies took place. I think it was taken part of through the Royal Institute.
right.
In most of the Catholic society, only 87% of those people were atheists.
Yeah,
But I mean,
A lot
there
of
is a
people are
percentage,
shunned.
right?
So.
Yeah, but that's the Royal Institute of London. You would expect more Catholics.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
true.
why
It's
we're
true.
not
It's true.
more heavily advanced in technology?
Dark Ages.
The Dark Age. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, without that technology bubble, I mean, the first 10 printing presses were destroyed by Paris.
Because people are stupid.
Hold on. So, since we're talking about this, how would you survive this biohazard incident, Kaboom? Like any biohazard incident.
Any biohazard. Well, it depends on the biohazard.
Not talking
Personally?
like zombies or rage things.
We're talking
we're talking
Ebola.
Ebola or another.
The worst super virus imaginable.
I already survived the Ebola outbreak in America, so.
Well, no, we're talking the worst super virus imaginable. We say if I have direct contact with you through any of my body fluids, let's say I take a pee and I have like a drip of a pee stain on my fingers or something, and I don't wash my hands, and
why would
I
you
prepare
not wash
your
your
food.
hand?
Just
Okay, as a scenario, a restaurant worker is sitting there. He goes and takes a pee. He doesn't wash his hands because he's a douchebag.
And he takes the ladle for his, I don't know, we're gonna
chili.
Yeah, chili, clam chowder, or something. Okay, and he stirs it in there, and his fingertips. Okay. So then he washes his hands to get that off, right? And then he serves it, right? And that is enough. One virum is enough to infect your entire body, and once one person is infected, it has like a spread rate of like 1 hour before it goes to the next person. That kind of reproductive virus.
That's scary because I work in a restaurant.
I know. That's why I used that example.
That's fantastic.
That's
But
why
no,
I
I
used
mean,
that example. Sorry.
If I knew it was there, I would leave.
If you knew, but you won't know,
yeah,
then
I mean,
I'll probably die.
then you would probably die.
Or if I figure
Within
out,
an hour, you'd figure it out.
if I have
it's
it,
true.
I'll go spread it as much as I possibly can.
oh my God, you talk
I'm a horrible person.
And you talk about me being a horrible person. Oh my God.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna take everybody with me.
Well, the NSA is truly awesome. Probably listening to our YouTube channel.
I'll probably
Kaboom
die.
is not a biological terrorist.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the.
Even though his username is Kaboom.
And
My methods are to madness.
well, have you seen his URL?
Oh, serial bomber
Kaboom.
Oh man, we're all going to jail.
He set himself up for failure. No, because we're not bio. See, but the thing is for him to be a bioterrorist, he'd have to be a chemist,
and he'd have to be good at science.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
not.
He's not.
I am. I live with him.
Would you stop? I don't think I'm doing these anymore. You go ahead and post
turn
it.
it off. Cut it.
Okay, but
You're not
no,
doing it anymore.
seriously. I think the best scenario for survival, like the first step,
is set everything within 20 miles of your house on fire.
See?
well, no, because like I said, the best. the best way of surviving
Waking
something
up
like this
is a soldier in your cup.
Soldier.
I'd say the best way of surviving something like this is to, especially if you start to know about it. The first thing is, you should always have a general first aid kit at your house anyway. That's just.
Ours is kind of.
But
there's some good stuff in there, but
in that, first aid kit, you should also have something like, extra things like doctor's masks just in case. I'm not saying that you should be an absolute prepper and be one of these guys.
You should have like an A30 respirator. I mean, this is
true.
Talking. You should have a gas mask that has a filter that can filter out particulates on like smaller than water particles. Like it should be.
I mean, this should be some really kick-ass equipment.
It should be really kick-ass equipment. And if you're going to be a prepper, let's talk about general apocalypse preparation.
Okay. Food. First thing is non-perishable food.
Non-perishable food, and number one thing, stock ramen.
Yeah,
because
it's true. It doesn't.
Believe it or not, ramen has. You might get sick of it.
I'm already sick of it.
But you're gonna die, if you don't.
Don't use celery.
Don't use celery because
celery is like 98% water or some shit like that, right?
No, celery. Your body requires more energy to process and digest celery than you get actually from the nutrients. So you have negative calories.
Yeah, which is insane.
Interestingly enough, your packaged foods actually account for that. So if you say, we'll look at the back of this because I know it's one thing that 0 calories. I'm pointing at them, not at you. 0 calories. That is adjusted for what our body processes it.
Right.
It obviously you can burn salt. It'll burn eventually, and it'll heat up water to a certain degree.
Right.
And that's how calories are measured. But your body will use it. It'll process it as fuel. But as for celery, you lose the energy.
Right. But canned foods, make sure to stock up on a lot of water.
Yeah.
Bottled water is great.
And if
Jugs
even
of
if your
water.
jugs of water, right, say that they have an expiration of a certain time period, the water is drinkable. The reason why they put the expiration date on there
Is because it's
because the plastic of the container will actually dissolve into the water after a certain time.
Okay.
It'll deionize the water, and it will give it the plastic's flavor because you're drinking plastic particles. And after a certain period, right, you can actually taste that. It's a decrease in water quality. It does not mean the water is not drinkable.
Not drinkable, right? Exactly.
And I'm sure there are some scientific ways to filter that.
Well, you can boil it.
Yeah, you can boil it.
the water.
That's what you can do.
That's because eventually fungus is going to grow in there too.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to get algae in there. It's unavoidable. Nothing is ever airtight. Even if you make a perfect vacuum in that container, right? The vacuum eventually will rupture.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's completely unavoidable. Bottled containers with like twist cap lids. If you have bottles of water, that'll be great. If you have the jugs of water, they're not actually as sturdy because bottles like Coke bottles, they're rated for pressure. They're rated up to like 100 psi.
Right.
So if you had fungus in your water and was creating hydrogen gas from the water itself, the bottle would never rupture. You'd never know. It never produce enough gas to supplement the water. So it'll store.
Not to
forever.
mention the weird thing is that most algae are that you have in that way. They're actually not overly harmful to people.
I'm sciencing Kaboom of the conversation.
No, you're fine. I was listening. I was learning.
Right. So I mean,
he's learning a lot tonight.
Which
if you ever forget this,
keep,
just go back to the
another
video
thing that will
and you
keep
can
forever.
watch it anytime.
I don't watch my own videos.
Honey will keep forever.
Honey, yes, honey is
Literally
fantastic.
forever.
You have to like honey in order to eat it.
I'm sorry, but
if I'm gonna die, I will.
I was gonna say,
I'll
I'm
learn
sorry.
to like honey.
I was gonna say like literally there are some things that I obviously can't eat. I know that, but I'm gonna try and get as many canned foods as possible, and I'll just avoid what I can't eat.
Your canned foods will actually, even though on the can it'll say, has a shelf life of 2018, right?
Right.
That is a best before date. As long as your canned foods are closed,
they're good.
They're fine, unless there were mold spores in your food to begin with. Like if you have like canned bread or something like stupid like that, right? The yeast from the bread will eventually break it down. But right. But I mean, if you have let's take Chef Boyardee, right? The pasta in Chef Boyardee is not a pasta product. It is not a wheat product. It is a corn product. It does not produce. It doesn't produce the same.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that will stay potable for 10 or 20 years. After that period of time, if you're still eating it, right, you probably should go out and get new food. Anyway, I mean,
well, by that time, if you
haven't
survived this
established
long,
a civilization by that time,
if you've survived this long, the biggest thing is that you're going to have hopefully gotten some skills on your own, knowing that you don't want to eat these canned foods for the rest of your life.
You're gonna get what's called Baltic acid, right? I think it's Baltic or balsamic acid. Balsamic acid.
That's awesome. I just got the.
Yeah,
I just got the
it's the right. It's the acid that gives vomit its flavor.
Yeah, it's true.
And it breaks down food. You'll get that flavor in there. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not edible. In fact, that acid is present in Rockstar energy drink. To give it its really tart flavor. You can't overdose on that acid at all. Like you can drink it pure, right?
Yeah,
and you have. I think you need 1 kilogram mass of it per hour for like a day, in order to actually kill you. Which
that's
and it kills you because it lowers your blood pH level. of all things.
So
it kills you in the weirdest way possible.
Okay, so now that we've given some advice to people, let's go on to everyone's favorite apocalypse.
Oh.
This is, we all know that this is everyone's favorite
Zombies
apocalypse. Zombies of any kind, period.
Okay.
I mean, this is the biggest, horror movie following you.
What do?
Oh,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, now set the stage. What kind of zombies are we talking about? George A. Romero zombies.
No,
or are we talking
I'm
about
thinking,
28 days later? They're sprinting constantly.
I'm gonna say okay. So
a
the
rage
first thing,
virus.
The first thing is that I kind of want to.
We have to boil it down to what's possible and what's
possible.
not likely.
Right. So if you're talking a reanimation, first off, if it was, the first thing is that we all know that rigor mortis takes a certain amount of time to set in.
Right.
And that is also if the body's not moving.
Right.
If the body were moving, then that would make it take even longer.
Okay.
So the first thing is you have to remember that in the early stages, there's more than likely going to be sprinters. But as time goes on, the zombies are going to slow down. They're going to decompose.
And
they're going to be easier.
I had
That's a waiting game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have I noted, I think, sometime before in a previous conversation, if you're in a cold weather environment, you will not have a zombie apocalypse in that scenario.
Yes.
No.
You guys, I've told you guys countless times. There's one thing I'm doing. I'm moving north.
Right.
And I'm going as far north as possible.
And in The Walking Dead, they came to this housing edition, like it was rich housing edition, and they were gonna they set up camp there, and then the snow started to thaw.
And they started reanimating because they were in a suspended animation.
Right, exactly.
And not,
so unless you're really far up north where it snows all the fucking time,
right? Canada, we're talking Canada or Russia or something like that north.
That's where Dead Reckoning was going in.
Dawn of the Dead.
No, it was the movie after.
Oh, sorry. Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
After that.
Oh.
Day Land.
Dusk of the Dead.
I don't know. Yeah, I think.
Land.
I think it was Land of the Dead.
Oh no, Land
of the
Dead.
Dead.
Land of the Dead. You're right.
Because that was because Dawn was the second movie. Day was the third movie.
Day. Day was the
third.
Movie. Oh really?
Day was the third. I had the first. And
Dawn of the Dead was the
Land of the Dead was the one where you had the zombie that
in the hotel,
that could use
or not
guns.
the hotel, but the mall.
His name was Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
thank you.
He was the second intelligent zombie to be recorded.
Oh right,
yes.
Gotcha.
But you have to remember that there. Now I'm not going to say that where we play games and on our tabletop games we have like mine. I did the zombie game.
Crazy superpower zombies. We're not talking Left 4 Dead style zombies.
No, we're talking
we're talking Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
I want to say to put it into perspective, so we have a story. Modified rabies virus is intentionally released on the public,
which
disables
or even a fungal.
all, right, or a fungus. It disables everything but the emotional center of the brain, the amygdala. All other cognitive functions are shut off, and the only basic functions these people have are to consume for the purpose of survival, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or to fight. They only have a fight or flight response. Those are their only options.
So we're talking closer to 28. The 28.
We're talking closer to a 28 days later, but more on the lines of it's a true rage virus. They're still people, right?
They can be cured.
They could potentially be cured if there's probably some damage done to the brain by whatever's going on.
We're still talking about once again this is
an insane human being is
either
bad.
way it's going to be a waiting scenario because if those rage zombies don't get food,
what if they eat each other?
They could, but once they eat each other,
there'll be less of them.
There'll be less of them.
Is it But is it a waiting game if it's a virus that can spread in the manner I mentioned earlier with the bioweapons?
Exactly.
If it's a manufactured bioweapon, where if you contact their blood at any time, you immediately become infected.
Let's take 28 Days Later, for example.
Right. Which is exactly what happened.
The first one was contained.
Right.
And then they decided to study it, which outbreaked again.
Right.
And at the end of the second movie, they got through the Paris subway tunnel from England,
right,
and escaped into Paris. I'm still waiting for the third fucking movie, by the way.
28 months.
Right. 28 months.
So, due to their stupidity, they could have just ended it there.
Yeah, it's true. They easily could have ended it there.
Because they waited it out, and on the remote on the lands of England,
right. I mean, I was amazed to see in the 28 weeks later scenario where they had this almost civilized society reforming in London, where it was almost completely eradicated. And then
they made a bad decision. I mean, it's that simple. And
it's one decision. That's all.
They were just they were researching a cure, which is understandable, but keeping them alive was a bad idea.
I mean, maybe they needed warm blood or something weird like that.
But okay,
so a Reed broke out because they found somebody that was immune to the virus. So
okay, so the
we
one
are
thing,
over time.
Yeah, we are over time. The one thing I want to point out with this, like any of these scenarios, is it is very important that you think about how you're going to prep.
Right.
Not specifically for a specific apocalypse.
We can do prepping for another episode.
I mean,
prepping could be the next episode.
You have to, you have to be properly maintained, and yeah. I'd say prepping would probably be a good idea. We could probably take 30 minutes to inform people how to do this properly.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
So do you want to do that as the next episode? Do you want to even record that tonight? We can do that if you have enough time.
All right. But yeah, guys. Once again, thank you for watching. This has been Drone,
Soaring Moon,
and Kaboom.
Like every other video, trolls, leave your comments down below and we'll laugh at them later. If you guys have any ideas for videos, please let us know your topics. We are super excited to hear them. All right, well, we'll see you guys next time. Good night.